It started with a shove in the crowded hallways of Lincoln High School in suburban Chicago, the kind of place where Friday night lights and pep rallies masked the darker underbelly of teenage cruelty. I was 14, a skinny freshman named Mia Thompson, with frizzy brown hair, oversized glasses, and a backpack stuffed with library books on astronomy, my escape from the mundane hell of high school. And there she was, Vanessa Van Reynolds, the queen bee of the sophomore class, with her perfectly highlighted blonde locks, cheerleader skirt, and a smirk that could curdle milk. That first push sent my books flying, papers scattering like confetti in a nightmare. "Watch where you're going, nerd," she sneered, her posse laughing as they stepped on my notes. Little did I know, that was just the opening act in a symphony of torment that would span years. But here's the hook that kept me going through the tears and isolation. I vowed, right there on the linoleum floor, that one day, I'd make her pay. Not with fists or screams, but with a plan so cold, so calculated, it would unfold over a decade, turning her golden life into ashes. This is my story, the chilling revenge that didn't just ruin her, it redefined justice in the quiet suburbs of America. Let's rewind to the roots of it all, because every villain has a backstory, and every victim has a breaking point. Growing up in Naperville, Illinois, that picture-perfect Midwest town with manicured lawns, Starbucks on every corner, and families straight out of a Hallmark movie, I was the odd one out. My dad was a single parent, a mechanic at a local garage, working double shifts to keep our modest ranch house from foreclosure after Mom left when I was 5. School was my sanctuary, or so I thought, until Vanessa set her sights on me. Maybe because I aced every test without trying, or because I didn't worship at the altar of popularity. It began innocently enough, whispers in class about my thrift store clothes, glue in my locker, fake notes from secret admirers, that led to public humiliation. But Vanessa escalated quickly. By sophomore year, she orchestrated a cyberbullying campaign on MySpace. Yeah, this was back in 2015, when social media was just sharpening its teeth. Photos of me in gym class, edited with pig ears and captions like, "Oink if you're lonely, Mia," went viral in our school. I came home crying, locking myself in my room, staring at the stars through my telescope, dreaming of escape. The torment peaked at the junior prom in 2017. I'd mustered the courage to go with Tim, a quiet band kid who'd asked me out. Vanessa, crown prom queen of course, spiked my punch with something that made me hurl all over the dance floor. The laughter echoed like thunder as I fled, dress ruined, dignity shattered. That night, under the glow of my bedroom lamp, I started my journal, not of woes, but of plans. Phase 1, observe and document, I wrote. I began collecting evidence, screenshots, witness statements whispered in hallways, even a hidden recorder app on my phone capturing her taunts. But revenge? It had to be epic, patient. I graduated high school in 2018, top of my class, while Vanessa barely scraped by on her cheer scholarships, heading to a state college for communications, code for partying her way through life. College was my rebirth. I attended Northwestern University on a full ride for astrophysics, diving into the cosmos while Vanessa partied at Illinois State. But I didn't forget. Through mutual friends' Facebook updates, social media evolves, but pettiness endures. I tracked her, sorority president, dating the quarterback, landing internships at Chicago PR firms. I buried myself in studies, interning at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center during summers, building a network in tech and science. By 2022, I'd graduated with honors, landing a job at a cutting-edge AI startup in Silicon Valley. But wait, I chose to stay in Chicago, working remotely, keeping tabs on my target. Vanessa? She climbed the corporate ladder at a flashy marketing agency in the Loop, schmoozing clients at rooftop bars, her Instagram, @VanTheBrand, boasting 200K followers with filtered selfies and #BossBabeVibes. Phase 2, infiltrate. In 2023, I created a fake LinkedIn profile, Elena Vasquez, a freelance graphic designer from LA with impeccable credentials, forged with skills I'd picked up in coding classes. I connected with Vanessa's colleagues, subtly planting seeds. Heard Van's great at events, but watch out for the drama. I'd message anonymously on Reddit threads about Chicago agencies. Nothing traceable, just whispers in the wind. Meanwhile, I honed my tech skills, learning ethical hacking through online courses, or so they were labeled. By 2024, Vanessa was engaged to Derek, a rising star in finance, planning a lavish wedding at the Drake Hotel. Her life was a Pinterest board. Dream job, dream guy, dream everything. Quietly thriving but fueled by that old fire. The suspense thickened like fog over Lake Michigan. I moved back to Naperville under the guise of family ties, buying a cozy bungalow with my startup salary. Vanessa, now 25, lived in a swanky Gold Coast condo, oblivious. I attended high school reunions incognito, a new look, contacts, sleek bob haircut, eavesdropping on her boasts. Mia? That loser? Probably still stargazing in her dad's garage, she laughed to her old posse. That fueled Phase 3, sabotage. Using public records, Cook County databases, I uncovered dirt. Vanessa had fudged her resume, claiming a degree with honors she didn't earn. Her agency? Involved in shady influencer deals, paying for fake reviews. Derek? His firm was under SEC scrutiny for insider trading, a thread I could pull. But the real chill came in 2025. I developed an AI tool at work, ostensibly for data analysis, but tweaked for my purposes. It scraped social media, cross-referencing posts with timelines. I fed it Vanessa's history, the bullying evidence from high school, spliced with her current life. Anonymous tips started flowing. To her boss about plagiarized campaign ideas, I'd leaked old-school essays proving her habit, to Derek's firm about her connections to questionable clients. The wedding? I posed as a vendor coordinator, accidentally double-booking the venue, causing chaos. But that was petty. The masterstroke was digital. One crisp autumn evening in October 2025, as leaves turned gold in Millennium Park, I launched the payload. From a VPN in a coffee shop, I deployed a custom script, a benign-looking app shared via a phishing email disguised as a wedding planner update. It infiltrated her devices, pulling data, emails showing her affair with a coworker. Turns out, loyalty wasn't her strong suit. Financial records of embezzling petty cash, even old high school bullying logs I'd anonymously uploaded to cloud archives. I compiled it into a dossier, sent anonymously to her agency, Derek, and the local press. The Chicago Tribune picked it up. Rising PR star exposed in scandal, bullying past and corporate fraud. The fallout was an avalanche. Her agency fired her on the spot, citing ethics violations. Derek called off the wedding, his family mortified by the headlines. Sponsors dropped her like hot coals. Her Instagram plummeted to under 10K, flooded with #bullyexposed comments. But the twist that made it chilling? During my digging, I discovered Vanessa's deepest secret. She was adopted, and her biological father was my dad's old business partner, the one who'd swindled him out of savings years ago, leading to our family's struggles. It wasn't just personal, it was generational. She knew, had used it to target me subconsciously, perhaps out of misplaced resentment. By December 2025, yes, right now, as snow dusts the windy city, Vanessa's life is in tatters. She's back in Naperville, crashing on her parents' couch, applying for retail jobs at the mall where she once mocked me. I'm Mia Thompson, PhD candidate at Northwestern, leading a team on AI ethics, irony noted, engaged to a kind astronomer I met at a conference. My revenge wasn't violence, it was exposure, letting her own actions bury her. But as I gaze at the stars from my rooftop, I wonder, was it worth the decade? The chill lingers, a reminder that revenge is a long game, but healing? That's the real plot twist. In America's heartland, where bullies rise and fall, I stand tall, unbroken, unchained. And if you're that kid being tormented today, remember, your story isn't over. Plot wisely, the ending is yours to write.